This is Hino's Sport, bringing you that heat and far. We keeping the foot on the whoop on the next. We keeping the foot on the whoop on the next. And like the Tibetan Mastiff that I am, I'm applying what? Unlimited pressure. Because pressure does what? It bursts its pipes. Let's talk about it, man. Let's get into it. Let's delve into it, man. All right. This is what Hino's Sport was talking about when he said that Errol the True Spence and Jermell Charlo are number 1 and number 2 pound for pound. If you're sitting here and you're not putting Errol the True Spence and Jermell Charlo in your top 2 pound for pound, you don't know nothing about boxing. Like Roger Mayweather said, you don't know nothing about boxing. Errol the True Spence in the calendar year of 2019 and now in the calendar year of 2020 has done major uber heavyweight lifting. This guy is cleaning up 147. He's dominating 147 in a fashion that we haven't seen since the likes of Floyd Money Mayweather. Let me say it again. He's dominating 147 in the likes we haven't seen since Floyd Money Mayweather. And a prediction, King Sharks again. Hino's Sport told you guys, man, that when it was all said and done, that Errol the True Spence is the rock star of 147. But he's also the Megalodon Shark. Remember the saying, the Megalodon Shark has no predators, it is the predator. Let me say it again. The Megalodon Shark has no predators, it is the predator. So you can't hunt the hunter. The hunter cannot be hunted. Errol the True Spence is a dynamic fighter, man. He's a rock star and he's the real cold boogeyman with your Dennis Ugas. Don't let these Rudy Poo and Plum Plum Brains, classic Dolce Troglodytes, ultra fanboys with the ultra fanboy rhetoric tell you that Terrence Crawford is supposedly a boogeyman. He's a snot-filled or snot-nosed booger man. Not a boogeyman, a snot-nosed or snot-filled booger man. Terrence Crawford is nothing but a chihuahua walking behind the damn fence. To be a boogeyman, not only do you have to strike fear, but you also have to have action. Therefore, and thereby behind that, to showcase why your fear has validation. What I said was so deep and profound. Let me let that marinate in the corpus callosum and in the cerebellum. Hear me? Hear me? Freaking wow. You can't be a boogeyman off of namesake. You have to have verification. You have to have validation. You have to have proof and certification and authorization through fights. Heavyweight lifting fights. I.e. fighting upper echelon of the welterweight division, just like Errol the True Spence is doing, to showcase why you are the boogeyman. And just like your Dennis Ugas, he fought Sean Porter, beat up Sean Porter, and Sean Porter ain't called his ass out since. Omar Figueroa was mangled to damn near retirement. That's boogeyman status right there. That's what we call boogeymen. They are the cold boogeymen of 147. Now let's get on to Jermell Charlo. Jermell Charlo is a lineal champion at 154. There shouldn't even be a dispute as to the heavyweight lifting that Jermell Charlo has done. This is what Hino's Sport was talking about when he said, when you are a truth teller, ultimate truth teller, the truth will always have its day, dog. The truth hurts, but it will set you free. But the truth will always have its day. Why do you think Hino's Sport rock with these PBCers, man? Because these PBCers are the heavyweight lifters. These PBCers are the best fighters smoking in boxing, man. From heavyweight division, Deontay Wilder, to lightweight division, Gervonta Tank Davis, to 154 to 160, Jermell Charlo, to 147, Errol the True Spence. PBC is doing their thing. And then we think of 168 with Caleb Plant and David Benavidez. They running boxing, dog. They running boxing. And if we're being cold-hearted, we're being unadulterated, and we're being cutthroat true telefashion artists about it, this is what we're calling a spade a spade. We're keeping it real, we're keeping it 100, we're keeping it a buck. Jermell Charlo should be clearly number 2 on your pound for pound list. And absence that, you don't know nothing about boxing, dog. You don't know nothing about boxing. This guy's doing something that hasn't been done since Winky Wright at 154. It's unprecedented. And it's a things that make you say, It's a things that make you say, So when we look at Errol the True Spence, he's arguably number 1. When we look at Jermell Charlo, he's arguably number 2. Matter of fact, there ain't no argument. They are number 1 and number 2. That's the cold-hearted. That's the unadulterated. And That's the Cutthroat True Teller fashion. It would have been interchangeable if Jermell Charlo would have more body of work. And I don't mind people saying Mel is number one over Errol the True Spence. That's the only exception to the rule because of the fact that he's lineal and Errol the True Spence is a unified. But because Errol the True Spence been doing heavyweight lifting just a little bit longer than Jermell Charlo, that's why I got Errol the True Spence number one, and that's why I got Jermell Charlo number two. Where's Patrick Teixeira at? You can't run. You can't hide. See, this is the thing with Oscar De La Hoya fighters. They always running, they always hiding from PBCers. Let me say it again. Oscar De La Hoya fighters are always running, they always hiding from PBCers. Didn't you call out Jermell Charlo? What's up, man? If you want smoke, it's free. But you can't smoke for free. If you want smoke, it's free. But you can't smoke for free. If you want smoke, it's free. But you can't smoke for free. If you want smoke, it's free. But you can't smoke for free. Dog, you wanted that smoke. But you got to understand that smoke ain't free. So Jermell Charlo will bust your ass up, but he will tax you while he's busting your ass up. That's the cold-hearted. That's the unadulterated. That's the Cutthroat True Teller fashion. I'll leave with this. If anyone has anybody else on your top 10 pound for pound as number one or number two outside of Errol the True Spence and Jermell Charlo, you don't know nothing about boxing. Let me say it again. You don't know nothing about boxing. This is He Knows the Sport. Check it out.